What's up, guys? Today, I am very excited to talk about the latest episode of Jujutsu Kaisen. If you haven't seen the season 3 finale of Jujutsu Kaisen or haven't seen the season in general, please turn back because, spoiler alert, I'm going to be talking about it pretty in depth, just doing a full recap. Let's get right into it. So a little background on me and Jujutsu Kaisen. I haven't really kept up with the manga. I've read it a little bit here and there, but I don't know what happened this season, particularly the Culling Game arc. This is my recap of just the show in general. Can't really make the comparisons between the manga and the show for me personally. I think at some point I will go back to the manga since I started a long time ago. Definitely want to know the differences between the show and the manga. The last episode, as you probably already know, is the season 3 finale and the ending of the first part of the Culling Games arc. The episode's called Sendai Colony. I'm butchering the name. MAPPA goes all out. I feel like the animators there, they deserve all the roses and all the flowers. Like, they did a phenomenal job. The team knew that the story for this arc wasn't as intense. It was more battle focused. So where they focus their efforts on mostly is in the animation, in making it completely different. It's honestly a work of art. It reminds me of the Cowboy Bebop movie when it first came out. The intro of that movie kind of animated real life, like the motions of real life people. I thought that was amazing. I felt like more anime needs to focus on that, to kind of bring the anime world into kind of real life, like sharing that similarity. So I thought it was amazing. Like, the team at MAPPA did a phenomenal job. Not only did they focus on Jujutsu Kaisen, but also Hell's Paradise. If you have not watched Hell's Paradise, highly recommend it. Seems like it's a different team, a different direction with MAPPA. I'm sure there's multiple teams at MAPPA. They're doing a phenomenal job. And MAPPA itself, I know they're doing a deal with Netflix. I think that was announced, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be amazing. I feel like it's going to be a great partnership. I feel like Netflix knows its anime. It knows its audience, with the latest anime shows that have come out with Devil May Cry. I'm so excited and looking forward to this partnership with them. So like I said, this season is mostly, its focus is on the animation, like the different, they've brought it. Like the last episode, the finale, they really brought it. Like, they really brought multiple angles. It was almost like you're watching a movie, the way that the direction that they went in terms of the animation, because they knew that, again, not too much to the story in this part of the arc. Like, everyone's just duking it out right now. So you have Yuta doing basically a battle royale between two other reincarnated sorcerers from the past, as well as a curse, a high level graded curse, seemingly being very powerful. It seems like the curse is almost on the level of Volcano had. I'm blanking on his name right now. But being able to talk, we've seen a few of those curses, and those are pretty elite curses. And I believe it was like a cockroach or some sort of infestation that Yuta was fighting. But that was the first 1v1. He fights two reincarnated sorcerers. You get to see him fight a little bit a previous. I was going to say that this is the first time we're actually seeing a fight or dealing with reincarnated sorcerers. But there was Derv, the Indian, my type of guy that's reincarnated, but he was easily taken out, right? Now Yuta's facing very intense sorcerers or high-level reincarnated sorcerers. They're not ganging up on him. They do gang up on him a little bit, but Battle Royale, I've never seen anything like that. Like in anime where it is Battle Royale, there's only few anime that shows that type of battle where everyone is fighting for themselves. No one's teaming up. And that's what it seems like. In the beginning, you're kind of oh, are they teaming up? They're not. They're kind of in each other's way. They're fighting each other. Even though they're both reincarnated, they're fighting each other because it's all about ego with these sorcerers, it seems like. That's pretty amazing. Just having powerful sorcerers with egos just duking it out. So like I said before, this season was focused on the animation. Since there was not much to the story in this part of the arc, you kind of see something that you rarely see in anime or in just any show in general or any type of Entertainment, which is like a free-for-all Smash Brothers type of style of fighting, where Yuta is facing reincarnated sorcerers. You get, this is kind of the first time you get to see that. I don't think there were any. We didn't get a chance to see reincarnated a battle with reincarnated sorcerers, unless Reggie Star, the user with receipts, using receipts as curses. I don't think he was reincarnated. It didn't seem like he was. He seemed like he was a modern Jujutsu sorcerer. But this is the first time we've seen that Yuta or someone fully duke it out, I believe. And he's fighting a reincarnated sorcerer named Ryu, who has like this crazy blast that comes out of his hair. I don't know if that has to do with he was like inspired by Ryu from Street Fighter. It seems like that. And then Oro, which she's like this sorcerer that can manipulate basically space. And you get to really see MAPPA's animators just go all out and being very creative with especially her abilities. You do have some sort of effect in the animation where you can see it manipulating the space. And it was really cool to see. Along with like the crazy angles, the crazy movie angles that you don't typically see in anime. It was really amazing. Really, animators, good job. Great job. Not good job, great job. Like, they deserve all the flowers. Usually the season finales now, there's like kind of a trend or pattern that you can kind of tell when it is a finale. There was no opening. I don't believe there was an opening in this last episode. They just went straight right into it. And when the credits are starting to show up, like right at the beginning, right at the opening of the scene, shit is about to go down. And it was really, I was very pumped. And I couldn't believe it was already the season finale. So that was cool to see that you got the full 27 to 30 something minutes of the show, and they did not hold back at all. If you watch the episode, Ryu is kind of into desserts, and he's all about being fulfilled. And I felt that this episode was a dessert. Usually the finales are desserts. I think that was some sort of meta commentary. I don't know if it's in the manga. It probably is, but it is the perfect time. I think it's clever to end the season with this episode where he talks about dessert and being fulfilled. And yes, MAPPA, I'm butchering the name. We were fulfilled. I mean, at least I was. Like, that last episode, I have to rewatch again. I'm going to rewatch the season for sure. Like, I only watched it once through. I want to really pay attention to the animation rather than the subtitles now. Even though I can dart between both, I feel like to truly appreciate the animation, to just watch the animation rather than trying to understand what's going on. I'm really looking forward to rewatching the episodes of season 3. So let's talk about the battle with Yuta. You get to see Yuta in crazy condition. The Jujutsu Kaisen movie made it seem like Riku and Yuta were done, but you get a little surprise where they do explain she does come back. They provide a decent explanation why she's able to come back. And there is a limitation with her coming back, which is, I think, good. Otherwise, Yuta's really strong. He's on another level. I heard on the internet that he can take on even Gojo. I think he's like number 1. He's, I think, too overpowered, but the thing with him is like he struggles a little bit. Like, he's still getting hurt in the battles. So, he's not completely invincible. He doesn't make it look too easy, which is something I definitely appreciate, because it can get redundant if there's too many powerful characters and there's no struggle, there's no stress. You can't really cheer for a character that is way too powerful. Like, everyone's in love with Gojo, or most people are in love with Gojo because he's super powerful but very charismatic. It can get annoying if there's too many characters like that. And with the reincarnated sorcerers that he fights, he's put through the ringer, basically. And not only that, he's fighting a high-level curse. That insect curse that Yuta fights in the latest episode is a very high-level curse because of the fact that it can talk. It was talking to him. Yuta was struggling with him too, and I think he's taken out, and then he comes back and joins the fight last minute, and then you get to see crazy what ifs. What if 3 people try to do a domain expansion? Like, what would happen then? Start their domains, and it starts to form, and then all of a sudden the curse gets in and breaks it, like because he's like a foreign object in the domains, and it just breaks the domain. I would love to see 3 domains. I don't know if the manga ever goes into it, but see how that plays out. Like it's literally 3-way rock paper scissors, essentially, like just a battle royale of rock paper scissors. Like, I'm very interested in seeing that. Hopefully they will do that at some point. Now, we know Yuta is really powerful, but we get to really see that raw strength and power. Not only power, but endurance, dealing with 3 people, 2 sorcerers and 1 curse. So he's given a pretty intense workout. I don't know if Gojo ever encountered something like that. I'm sure he has, maybe in the manga. But this is the first time you kind of see someone really at odds and really being put to work. And he pulled out all the stops. I feel like it could be up there in one of the top anime fights, potentially, mainly because of the angles. Like, the angles were just on another level, and the creativity is just on another level. The latest episode got a high score. I think it was a 9.9 or 9.7. And I think that's mainly for the animation. I don't really think it's about the story at this point. Everyone is still just fighting each other. With that being said, I feel like this first part of the Culling Games is the perfect setup for what's to come. I think MAPPA is teasing us. Like, they went all out. I feel like they are showing their cocky side with this season in terms of the animation and what they did, especially with realistic motion, filming of people and like basically drawing over them and animating it, like those scenes and those tight, like knit scenes and the different angles. Super creative. They're just like teasing us. And I know part 2 is going to be insane. Like, there's so much more to see. Like, the god of lightning, I have to look at his name, Kashimo Hajime. I'm butchering the name. Looking forward to that battle. Looking forward to his capabilities and abilities. You know that's going to be crazy. We still haven't seen Angel's capabilities. Kind of get a glimpse of Angel towards the end of the episode, carrying Megumi, and we still haven't seen the capabilities of Kinji Hakari's butchering the name capabilities. I don't think we ever got an explanation of his curse, but he's the sorcerer where Yuji and Megumi go to for help to beat the Culling Games. So we know he's powerful. He's a special grade, I believe. There's so many characters that I'm looking forward to seeing and seeing their capabilities and like what kind of battles are about to go down and who's going to fight who's going to team up with who, because it's really a free-for-all. Very excited to see like what else is in store for us with the Culling Games. Let me know what your thoughts are about this season in general. If you disagree or agree, are you excited for the next season? I can't wait. I can't wait for 10 months. It's insane. So I might have to go back to the manga to just know what happens, or just get an idea of what we are in store for in terms of the battles that are coming. I'm butchering the names.